Do you love your mother? Are you getting along with your mother? Are you finding it easier to converse with your mother? Is there anything your mother said that frustrated you? Where have you gone with your mother? Have you helped your mother? Have you learnt what your mother likes? Have you learnt what your mother hates? What are your mother's strong points? What are your mother's weak points? What do you think about adventuring with your mother? Hello and welcome to That Man. This is some merchandise, and today we are looking at Volume 2 of Do You Love Your Mum? And her 2-hit multi-target attacks. And Momcom, yes, that's a thing according to the back of the book. A Momcom role-playing adventure set in the game world where it's basically a mom isekai. Now, if you haven't already seen the first volume, if you haven't already read it, check out the video at the top of here and we'll go through Volume 1. And we'll have a look. Is Volume 2 worth reading? Find out now. Yes, it is. Actually, it actually is really funny. This is one of those series that I really wasn't sure about. When I read Volume 1, I was kind of like, yeah, we know what it is. We know what they're trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you the mom. And I was kind of like, is it going to be worth watching? Or reading even. Well, watching, the anime has been announced. Quite interestingly, Volume 1 of this started picking up traction a little bit on YouTube, and I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, the anime got announced. It's out next season, I believe. So, yes, check it out. If you kind of can get away with ecchi stuff, you will enjoy this. It's getting more and more like Konosuba, in my opinion, and that is just fun. So, Masako's long-suffering adventure, his long-suffering life is continuing along with his party with Wise, the mage who always manages to be useless in battles. Like, literally, her attacks are sealed, or her magic attacks are sealed, or she just has her MP drained, or she's put to sleep. Along with Porter, a cute, adorable younger sister that just seems to be good at everything she wants to do, or at least she tries to be. And Mamako, Masako's mother, who is quite literally an OP mom. And yeah, this series really lays it on with the mom. In fact, one of the questions that asks you at the beginning of the series, it asks you, do you love your mother? Well, for most people, yes. But some of the things that moms do, you may not appreciate, and reading this, you do get a new outlook on stuff. It's one of those things that I was kind of interested with when I was reading it. I was kind of like, oh yeah, I really do appreciate that kind of thing, and it was just like, oh yeah, I really don't always think about that. And yeah, it really changes your outlook a little bit on things when you're kind of reading this. It's stuff like cooking. There's a segment in this where they open up a kind of like a stall, and it's like Mamako's cooking, and everyone seems to be in love with it because she's just like, oh yes, it brings you back to a time where you used to help your mother cook. And it's like, yes, can I lick the spoon, mama? It's all kind of that weird, cringy, very younger kind of juvenile humour, but it works well for it. So this book really focuses on Mamako and company going back to school. Masako, Wise and Porter are influenced by some kind of, it's kind of like a poster saying, oh, you can win these things, and we're like, oh, brilliant. And I was like, you may get these things, because that's a little bit of a twist at the end. You may get these things. Yeah, it's a gotcha. It's like by going to school and getting all of these points. So they go to school, and of course, Mamako comes along because, of course, we need to sell the mom. So while they're there, they discover another type of mother. So as we discussed last time, this is a very much mom versus mom series. And yeah, they really kind of lay it on thick with this one. So this mom is the overbearing mother who just wants the best for the daughter, but they want their daughter to be the best. So with the daughter being the best, they will also be the best. It's kind of like the whole, if you've seen stuff like High Score Girl, and to be honest, a lot of series where they kind of just like, there's always a point where they're just like, you will stop doing all of this, but you will study. And that's kind of how they work with this. Medhi and Medi Mama. And she's kind of like the heroine. She's got a very dark side to her, but she's kind of like all the bouncy, booby kind of. She's more of a love interest than Wise was, at least in my opinion. But it works well for it. And I really like the way that she was portrayed. She was quite a fun character with a very dark secret, because it's self-contained as well. There's a lot of self-contained, like, this ends at kind of like the right moment. But obviously with her mum being quite overbearing, Medhi's kind of like, oh well, I don't really like this, but then she's just like, yeah, can't stand you, mother, can't stand you, let me live my life. And yeah, I mean, let's face it, it's all kind of set up, and the anime is going to really benefit from this this series, because it's all about Mamako. So we get Mamako in a sailor uniform, we get Mamako in a school uniform swimsuit, we get Mamako doing this, Mamako doing that. It's, if you're not enticed by that, you're not going to be enticed again. But it's a fun series. I really enjoyed it. I really like how the other characters are getting more Konosuberish. They're getting to be more characters. Masako is kind of like the long suffering, where he's kind of like, I want to do good, but my mom's just upstaging me at every single point. Wise is just useless in every single battle. Medhi's a very OP medic, priest, mage kind of girl. We haven't seen much of her fighting, but I'm going to be interested to see how she becomes useless. And Porter is just the adorable younger sister who, yeah, does adorable younger sister things. Would I recommend this? Yes, I definitely would. At first, previously I was like, oh, it's so bad, but it's good. This continues. Like I said, if you can get past the mom kind of cringiness, yeah, you are going to enjoy it. The one thing I do like is that Masako is not interested in his mom, and his mama is just kind of creepy. So I'm kind of glad it's kind of a do not want situation, because otherwise that would be very awkward to read, at least in my opinion. But fortunately this does it quite well, and I would definitely recommend reading it, especially if you're wanting to check out the anime. Yeah, definitely check it out. That's it from me. Let me know what you think of Do You Love Your Mom and a 2-hit multi-target attacks volume 2. Or if you've not read volume 2, what do you think of volume 1, and would you be interested in reading volume 2? Or are you excited for the anime? Let me know. And if you did enjoy this, please leave a like, please consider subscribing, and I will be back with you very soon, because we're going to be looking at Toradora. Yes, we're finally getting to that one. Thank you for coming, and thanks again for staying. Goodbye.